everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with Spellbinders and their card kit for January of 2023, and this month's theme is Indoor Garden. I'm doing this, my version of live because there are some changes to the kit. There's no longer a stamp and die. That's the major change when it comes to this kit. There will be a die that's a die add-on for this kit that will be available individually and sold separately. The other thing that had changed is instead of getting 10 card bases and 10 envelopes, you're getting 8 card bases and 8 envelopes. The two other changes are you're no longer, as you can see, receiving full-size pieces of cardstock. They've taken 4 colors of cardstock and basically quartered it. So you get 4 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 in size, and you get 4 of those. And then the last major change is you're no longer going to get a full pattern paper pad, a 6x6 pad. You're going to get half of it. So you're only, instead of getting 2 of each design, you're going to get 1 of each design. Now, from what I've seen, there is some discussion on how people feel because there is no longer a stamp and a die. And that there is the add-on that's available for purchase. So I understand those feelings. I also understand, though, the thought process. This kit is for anyone who wants to make cards, but maybe you do not have a die cutting machine, or maybe you're not into stamping. So this kit is great for the beginner who's just starting out into a wonderful craft so that they can create their art. And it's also for those that are not into die cutting and not into stamping. Spellbinders still does have their individual other kits that are available. I mean, they have an embossing folder. They also have a 3D embossing folder. They have the glimmer, the large and the small die kit of the month. They have some that are combined, so for value clubs, or you can have a club that's just all. I want it all. So they do have many choices available. So again, I've seen other comments when it comes to this. Be kind, okay? But just try to see the changes that they've made. And that's the beauty of the thing. We can make our own choices. I still love, if you've been here before, you know this kit is pretty much what I focused in on when it came to the kit. I love collaging. I love the die cuts. They are my favorite to create these cards. And every time a Spellbinders kit would come in, that's how I was inspired to create the cards that I made. Enough of me gabbing. That's not going to change in 2023. As you can see, I will continue to gab. So let's dig in and let's see what does come into the kit. The other change that you'll see too is it's no longer in a box. It's in a plastic bag, a nice bag actually, and it's got a zipper closure, which is really, really nice. Okay, so you still will get your card that will tell you what you're getting in your kit, some ideas, and a project that you can create featuring this kit. Some great inspiration here, and I'm just going to dig in. I'm going to pull this off to the side so that we can dig into it. This is how your pattern paper will come. Again, it's the same type of pattern paper, so it is paper. Sorry for all the crinkling here. Which means I'm thinking this is about just under 60 pounds. All right, but it's great for layering, and you can see that you're only getting 1 sheet of each of the designs. So instead of receiving a full pad, you're receiving half of that pad, which will help, you know, I mean, now I hoard my pattern paper. So this may, you know, help you to have less waste, which is wonderful. So still beautiful patterns. Some have great detail, some are great for backgrounds, but again, this is always great for layering on your cards to create your mats. Here we have our chipboard stickers. So some great images here, some sentiments that can be used, and it is double-sided. We also have, if I can get this out, here is what the cardstock will come in. So again, it is one sheet of a cardstock, and it's quartered. And you're going to get white, pink, yellow, green, and a light blue. So it's one sheet of each, but they've taken the time to cut that down for you already. So great card bases right off the bat. Here we have some chipboard frames, and these are stickers. So we have some great frames there in different sizes. That's a photo frame. We have a slide, another type of photo frame, some more slides. And then we have some films. And again, these are stickers. So that is sticky on the back. And then those pop out. We also have a pack of crystal gems for your cards. Here we have some puffy sentiments in black and white, which will be great. You're still going to get your double-sided tape and also a block of double-sided squares. We're still digging here. Here are the 8 card bases and 8 envelopes. So again, that went down from 2 or from 10. So you lost 2. And then these are all of the wonderful die cuts. Okay, let's put that aside. And let's just fan through these just a little bit. So a lot of plant images, some bikes, butterflies, windows, hearts, flowers, books. So it's all about the garden when it comes to this month's theme. And you can see, as always, you get 2 of each when it comes to the die cuts. That is your kit. Those are the contents and the changes. What they've also made available is an add-on, and that's the die. So if you do want a die, if you're already not a member of the large die club or the small die club of the month, you can have the ability to get a die set that coordinates with the theme for the month for the kit. So here is what this month's add-on die looks like. It is called Happy Plant. So you have a vase with a stand, and then you have this beautiful greenery that's up on top. And again, this is available separately for purchase. This is not part of that kit. All right, so let's get started creating our cards for this month, and let's see where we go. I'll see you on the other side. So let's get started on our first card. As always, we're going to set our backgrounds in place using the double-sided tape. I'm going to use my craft pick to lift up the release paper, and I'm going to place that directly onto the standard A2 size card base that is supplied. I cut the main pattern paper. I always cut the main ones to be 4 by 5 1/4. This way I get a nice border around that pattern paper, And then I just randomly cut other pieces of pattern paper or from the solid cardstock in various sizes. I really do not measure any of these pieces. Just what I feel like, just what looks like, whether it's 2.5 by 3.5 or 2 by 3 or whatever that is. Just have fun creating your mats, and that is something that I do enjoy about this card kit when it comes to the pattern paper and also the solid cardstock. I love creating mats for these cards. I also am, and still, for those of you that have been here for some time, you know I just love collaging. I love the look of it. I love the texture and the dimension that it can give you. And that's what you're going to see with the next 7 cards that you will see coming in. And I'm sorry, I have got sounds going across my room here. Oh my goodness. Between the chipboards and the die cut pieces, I really enjoy the look that you can get from your cards. For the second card, we're going to do the same thing. The colors in this pattern paper, it's got like obviously a plant theme, which I think is really cool. I'm lining up, I chose a piece of pattern paper to go on a solid piece of cardstock, and then I chose 2 of the solid cardstocks to create more mats. So it's going to create that background for the die cuts that I'm going to place onto my front. And just by setting this rug underneath that, you get a really nice earthy tone, I guess, that I can say. I'm going to add some more of these gems, just one to the center of the sun. For our third card, I'm going to play with one of the chipboard picture frames. And I cut a piece of solid cardstock. I removed the release paper from the back because they are stickers. And I added just a little bit of glue just to make sure I've got a good attachment there. I do always pull in my liquid glue when it comes to this card kit. I do like working with a liquid adhesive. I'm not really one for tape runners. I do like double-sided tape, but that's like a super strong tape that's not forgiving. I grabbed the 3 hanging plants and I'm putting them inside of the picture frame. And yes, it's hanging out that one side. I like that look. And then just simply adding happy birthday to the end. I've added my next mat. I almost forgot to hit record on this one. There's always one. Added 3 mats there, 2 with the pattern paper, 1 with the solid. And then just adding some of the plants and the florals, and we're going to add a butterfly to the top corner. For the next one, we have more plants, of course, and I'm going to be using that silhouette house that you see there. Again, I'm going to place this onto my card base. And then we're going to start playing with those die cuts. I'm going to place the house in the center towards the bottom, and then I'm just going to set the plants along below that. So you'll see that silhouette of the house coming out of the top, and I'm just filling in the bottom there. I love all of the puffy sentiment stickers that you get. And then I'm just placing that along the top. For card number 6, it's the same thing. I love the collage. I love adding, whether it's the solid cardstock and just creating these mats. I'm going to set the solid mat down below, so we're going to have a bigger area up on the top. I've grabbed another one of those sun images with the rainbow, and I love the rustic colors that are with the die cuts. I added a bike along the bottom, and then I'm going to add the sentiment towards the center, just below the center of the sun. We'll add a few gems. For card number 7, again, I'm now playing with one of the film, the projector film chipboard die cuts, and I'm using the same piece of the pattern paper that I'm going to have in the back of this mat. So I'm actually putting the pattern paper behind the solid and then on another piece of pattern paper. So the pattern paper pack had a really nice arrangement of very faint designs like tone on tone, and then the big bold designs. You can see that I'm not worried about the mats being straight. I did want this to be a little bit lopsided as it was going through. That just adds some interest to your piece. I grabbed this big and die cut, and I'm going to set that down. Then I grabbed 2 sentiments, Enjoy Today and The Little Things. For our last card from the kit, again, starting out with those mats and making sure that whenever I have the mats, I make sure that they're set first and then play with the design. So you can see this one mat I've pulled down to the bottom right hand corner, and I've put the window off to the side. I grabbed the large heart and I'm going to tuck that in behind it, and then a little tiny knitting case, and we're going to add the sentiment between all of those and get this set onto our A2 card base. We'll just add a few gems. And you can see I always put my gems in odd numbers. It's just something I do. For the last card here, I'm actually working with the add-on that is available. Like I said before, Spellbinders has changed their card kit. I do enjoy the changes that they did. Not everybody has a die cutting machine, so if you do have the option to get the separate die. And this was a vase with a face on it. It was really cute, but it had all these beautiful leaves that came from it, and that's what really intrigued me. So I die cut the leaves from a bright green, a light green, a light aqua, and a darker aqua, and I'm just playing with those. I took one of the die cuts had a sentiment on it that says proud plant parent. I think that is absolutely adorable. And I'm just having all of these leaves coming off of that and using a gem to make it look like it's like I used a brad to put it onto the card. For my mat, I actually chose a white, or I believe it's a pale cream color. That's just cut to be 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm putting the design on there. I didn't want to take away from all of these beautiful colors, and I'm just having fun building all of that up. I will show all of this. You can just see I'm tucking and placing, and I know I'm going to have this layer that goes over, and liquid glue really helps with all of this to get these into place and let them stay. I'm not bending or twisting these leaves. For those of you that have been here before or been here for a while, you know I love to bend and twist cardstock to give it some shape. And you can also see that I'm just placing glue at the base of the leaves. I'm not going all the way up. I'm also cutting some of the stems from the leaves so that I can lay them on top. And it just looks like this huge bouquet is coming right off of the card. As I keep moving down, I am using a little bit more glue towards the bottom, just to make sure it's grabbing everything. But I just love all of those different colors on that. I think it's really cute. So these are the cards that we made using the Spellbinders card kit for January of 2023. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed what we created today by just collaging and focusing on those die cuts and creating lots of mats to bring them out. As always, the products that I use will be listed down below, along with all of the other clubs. As I said, did change the card kit, but they have also added more kits that will be available, and there's all kinds of bundles. So I'll have that linked below too, and to their gallery, so that you can see all of the other creators that have used this card kit and be inspired by their creations as well. If you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great day. Enjoy creating your art. Thank you so much for taking time here to join me today. I truly do appreciate it. And I will definitely talk to you in the next one. But always remember what's most important. Always be creative, guys. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Till then.